Today, we are diving into a topic that is essential for sounding professional and confident in your business communication. We will explore some common pitfalls to avoid and share practical tips to enhance your skills. Keep watching. Tip number one is to avoid using fillers. I remember when I was training to be a teacher, I noticed that I relied heavily on fillers like during my lessons. By consciously reducing the use of fillers and replacing them with intentional pauses, I was able to deliver my lessons with greater clarity and confidence. So the next time you catch yourself using fillers in your business communication, try incorporating pauses instead. Take a moment to gather your thoughts, allow for brief silences, and then express your ideas with confidence. Tip 2 is just to avoid using excessive jargon.
Jargon can be defined as special words or expressions used by a profession or group that are difficult for others to understand.
What you want to do is to try and avoid using industry-specific vocabulary that maybe the wider audience or the wider population may not be privy to, may not understand as easily. I remember when I was still in the corporate world and we were given the role to interview potential candidates for an important role in our organization. I remember as we were conducting these interviews, we encountered several instances where candidates used like excessive jargon specific to their industry or their previous company. While some interviewers were familiar with this terminology, others found themselves struggling to understand the true meaning behind the words. It created a disconnect and made it difficult to understand the candidate's point effectively. This experience did teach me a valuable lesson, that effective communication requires language that can be easily understood by all parties involved and ensure that everyone is on the same page. Tip number 3, neglecting cultural sensitivity. Now, for this next tip, I want us to play a game called Culture Communication Challenge. Here's how it works. I'll present you with a scenario and you'll have to choose the most culturally sensitive response. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Okay, so here's the scenario. Imagine you are in a team with colleagues from different countries. One team member suggests a new approach to a project, but it goes against the initial plan. How would you respond? A, immediately dismiss the idea and assert your own plan. B, politely listen to the suggestion but firmly stick with your original plan. Or C, acknowledge their input, appreciate their perspective, and propose a collaborative situation. Take a moment to consider your answer. Got it? Fantastic. The correct answer is C. Acknowledge their input, appreciate their perspective, and propose a collaborative solution. By doing so, you demonstrate respect for diverse viewpoints, foster a collaborative environment, and you show cultural sensitivity. Now, let's reflect on the importance of cultural sensitivity in business communication. In today's globalized world, we work with colleagues and clients from various cultural backgrounds. Each culture has its own unique communication styles, values, and norms, and neglecting cultural sensitivity can lead to misunderstandings and strained relationships and even hinder business success. By embracing cultural sensitivity, we enhance our ability to communicate effectively, build trust, and strengthen professional relationships. Tip number 4. Have you ever noticed that relying too much on memorized phrases can stem from a lack of confidence when speaking? It's a common challenge many language learners face. I mean, to be honest, even native speakers face a lack of confidence when speaking. But fear not, because in tip number 7, I will share the secrets to build confidence and overcoming the fear of speaking. Back to tip number 4. Let's say you are attending a networking event and you walk up to someone. Instead of engaging in a genuine conversation, you find yourself reciting rehearsed lines. While it's good to have a repertoire of useful phrases, relying solely on memorized scripts can hinder your authenticity and connection with others. Networking is about building relationships, and that starts with meaningful conversations. Instead of relying on memorized phrases, how about you strive for a natural and spontaneous interaction? Listen actively to the other person, respond genuinely to their question, and contribute your insights based on your knowledge and experiences. When you speak from the heart and let the conversation flow naturally, you establish a genuine connection with others. Your words become more impactful, and people will remember you for your authenticity and genuine engagement. That's a wrap for today. I can't wait to connect with you in part 2 of this series, where we will continue to explore 3 additional things to avoid in order to sound confident and professional in your communication.